Hey guys, it's MBSC1 again, and this is just kind of a follow-up video for the video I made yesterday about the Victini Darkrai Garbodor deck I made. So I went to the tournament, or I think it was the Cities yesterday in, I want to say it was Cameron Park, I think. Yeah, it was Cameron Park, California. But anyway, I was trying out this Victini Darkrai Garbodor deck. The video before this one on my channel talks about it and stuff. It was kind of crazy, but it kind of worked out, and I like it a lot. I got 3 wins and 2 losses, which isn't the best, but I don't feel bad about my losses at all. One of my games, I went against a Big Basics Garbodor deck, which is basically it's pretty much my worst matchup, because they have the Landorus, which can just wreck my Darkrai's, and then they can do damage to the bench Victini and just knock it out and take double knockouts. Pretty much like the whole game. And so one turn I think they took like 4 prizes on me just in one turn, and I was like, you can't really do much about Landorus when you're doing Darkrai. You kind of just have to outspeed it and make sure to get like lasers every time you need them and hope that they dead draw. And so that was even though it's a bad matchup, a really bad matchup, we got pretty close. I had 2 prizes left, and then he took his last one and beat me. So he beat me fair and square. That was a good game. It's fine. I'm okay with losing that one. That was my 3rd game, actually. So my first game I played against my friend Michael. He came with me to the tournament, and he was playing this crazy deck, like even weirder than mine. It was like 2 Darkrai, 2 Virizion, 1 Shaman, 1 Terrakion, 1 Reshiram. He had just all these weird tech. It was like a deck full of techs with the kind of centered around Darkrai. So that was weird. He didn't end up doing very well with that, and I think the reason was because he had all the techs in his deck were kind of just good against straight Darkrai and Darkrai Garbodor, which made it so that when I had the Victini, I did pretty well against him, because that was just that kind of extra boost that I needed to do well. So yeah, I beat him in the first round, but just barely. I mean, and it was only because he made a misplay where he confused Raid with his Sableye to knock me out instead of just lasering and then junk hunting, because he didn't realize that it was enough damage to knock me out if he just lasered and junk hunted, because he didn't see the Verbank in play. So I kind of just got lucky there because he misplayed. So, but I mean, and if it was a best 2 out of 3, I'm sure I would have beaten him 2 out of 3 times, because we play tested each other with the decks that I had and he had, and I definitely would have beaten him 2 out of 3 times, I think. And then in my second match, sorry if you're watching this, Michael, I don't mean to sound like a dick. In my second match, I went against, shoot, who did I go against? I went against this kid, Nathan. He was playing a Flareon deck with all those crazy techs with Drifbloom and Terrakion and all that. And I beat him pretty bad. He kind of whiffed on a Fighting Energy a couple times, which was pretty bad for him, and he was dead drawing in the beginning, so he kind of just got unlucky, or, he just doesn't have enough supporters or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I beat him, and then the 3rd game was the guy playing Big Basic Garbodor. He was actually, I don't remember his name, but he top 8'd regionals, the regionals that was in California, so I don't feel too bad about losing to him either, especially because it was so close. And then my 4th game was against Virizion, Genesect, Mewtwo? Yeah, it was Virizion, Genesect, Mewtwo, and that was a really close game too. I've got 2 Victinis in the deck, like I said, and my victory piece was prized. If it wasn't prized, I'm sure I would have wrecked him, like, without anything. I just would have destroyed him, I'm sure of it. So I took my first knockout. I took 2 prizes. Victory piece wasn't there. And I took my second knockout, took 2 prizes, and the victory piece still wasn't there. Then, after that point, I just had to flip heads on a catcher, and then I would have won the game. But I flipped tails. And then he beat me, because the last prize I would have taken was the victory piece that I needed to win the game the whole time. And I also flipped tails on a catcher, which sucks. Even though I ran 3, but, it's a coin flip. But anyway, yeah, I don't feel bad about running 3 catchers. I still really like catchers, and especially in Darkrai, just because, you can recycle them with Sableye, and they just line up your double knockouts easier and stuff like that. Especially better than Escape Rope, because Escape Rope, they just bring up whatever they want, and smart players will always bench something else that they just can lose. Like if you're playing Darkrai Garbodor, I play 2 Trubbish and only 1 Garbodor, so that I can kind of trick my opponent into thinking that I have a second Garbodor in play or in my deck by playing the second Trubbish. And also, if they escape rope and then I need something to bring up that it can just take a hit, I just bring up the Trubbish. So yeah, that was really BS. That match was, I mean, I should have won. Honestly, I don't even think I should count that as a loss, because I seriously should have won that game. I just got crazy unlucky. I mean, you know, they say Victini's an auto win against Verizon, and it should be. It's just when your victory piece is prized, it's not. I could have taken a knockout on the first turn if my victory piece wasn't prized too, because I had the Victini out and I Skyled, and then I had to grab a laser because I didn't have anything else, so I just lasered on the first turn. I didn't even get to attach. Like, everything just went wrong. It was really bullshit. And I run like a lot of supporters. I run like 14 in a bicycle, I think, or it was just 14 in a random receiver. Anyway, either way, I run a lot of supporters, and it shouldn't have happened. And then in my 5th game, I went against this guy, Rhett. He goes to league with me. I'm gonna see him today. I'm gonna see Michael today too. But anyway, I went against him, and he just, the first turn he basically did nothing, and then I end him out of a bad hand, which he showed me, and then I was like, I always end people out of bad hands. And then he got something else, and it was also a bad hand. And I wasn't doing very well either. I was just manually attaching 1 energy to my Darkrai every turn. And by my 3rd turn, I had a Darkrai powered up, and he just didn't really have anything going except for an Empoleon that attack commanded me, and then I just attached a Dark Claw and a laser and knocked it out, and then did 30 somewhere else, and then I just basically ran through his whole team while he wasn't really getting much. Because the reason he did really bad was because he had to Juniper away 2 Empoleon on the first turn, so that kind of sucks a lot. And when that happens, you know, you're really at a disadvantage when that happens. And Darkrai has a pretty good matchup against Empoleon anyway, so, you know, yeah, I just beat him pretty bad. And that was the 5th game, and there was only like 15 people there, so that was the whole tournament actually. And I didn't make top cut. I got 6th, and I needed to get at least top 4. But, you know, if I didn't lose that Verizon matchup, which I totally should have won, I would have gotten top 4 and possibly won. I probably would have lost to the guy that was playing Big Basic Scarborough in the end, though. But, you know, that's okay. He's the guy that ended up winning the whole tournament, actually, so props to him. I think his name was Ethan. I'm not sure, though. I know he's on that team that has the shirts that say West Up. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, it was a good tournament. I learned a lot of stuff, and today I'm going to try out his deck. I'm doing a Big Basic Scarborough, and we'll see how it goes. I'll make a video about it tomorrow talking about it. So that's all. Thanks for watching.